with Jacksonville, right? So so as we so the Jags really made some additions, some departures. Um, and there's a couple that really stuck out to me. That I thought they were pretty decent moves. Um, so the first one that I wanted to talk about was the Shaquille Griffin contract. Now, mind you, that dude got paid. He got paid. All right. Um, I'm not a fan of how much they paid him, but he's he's a great cornerback. And so there's that one, and then on top of that, they did sign Rashawn Jenkins as well to a 4-year deal. And so that's going to help beef up their defense, seeing as um, they were lacking in that area, you know. Uh, but with that being said, also you got to take into consideration the fact that last year, just to put some little small statistics out there for you guys, so you guys know what that defense was like. They were ranked fourth in points allowed, and then also ranked fifth in yards allowed. So that speaks volumes as far as that. So just adding them, I think that plays somewhat of a difference in how that defense is going to be ran. What do you guys think?
Saxonville days are over. That name's gone. That defense is gone. A lot of departures from that really, really great defense that we've seen out of them. Um, Shaquille Griffin is a good corner. I'm all about players getting paid, so make your money, man. Jacksonville, they have the cap space. They needed a guy. They addressed a position. So I definitely like the move. Um, I think adding Marvin Jones is good for their young quarterback that they're going to grab, because we all know who they're grabbing at number one. Uh,
Trevor
it's
Lawrence.
going to be Trevor Lawrence, and I like it. I like to see it, man. Trevor Lawrence, I think, is going to be pretty damn good in this league. They got themselves a good quarterback. We'll see how he does in the NFL. Everything translates a little bit different from college. Some players fall off. We just never know. But adding a Marvin Jones like that, a veteran, it's going to help Trevor Lawrence going forward and into starting off his NFL career. Um, but they're in a rebuild. I mean, they just are. They're in a rebuild stage. They started this a few years ago when they started trading off their players, and I think they got a hell of a coach, and Urban Meyer, and I'm pretty excited to see what they do in the next few years. I mean, they're not going to have an instant turnaround. Just looking at the roster the way it is, but interesting.
Yeah, I think that they are headed in a better direction than the Texans. Fact. And it's obvious as to who they're going to pick. It's Trevor Lawrence, Sunshine, that they're going to take for their first pick. I do think that the Shaquille Griffin contract and signing makes sense based off of their history. Their owner is constantly throwing money around like that. You just look at what got them to Saxonville was him throwing money in free agency like that. So the contract amount makes sense. The Shaquille Griffin player makes sense because they already have the rookie deal with Henderson from Florida as their opposite corner, and he showed that he can be a stud corner in the league right now. So pairing him up with Shaquille, who's at least a top tier number two, not sure if I would call him a lockdown corner, but you put the two of them together, get some solid safety play if they want to address that in the draft. And then they do have two stud rookie / veteran deal pass rushers, so they can definitely improve on that defense that's already top tier. They still have Miles Jack as well. So then they just have to address their offense. Probably have to reload on the receivers, and they address that a little bit with Marvin Jones, but they need someone who can be a true standout. They got DJ Chark. No,
They do.
They've got a team that can be sneakily good next year. if they add a few key pieces, right? Just improve on that O line, get the players who just buy in, which is the issue that they had in Jacksonville, was players just they were great players, but they didn't buy into the culture. And I think they've changed that mentality going into this next season. So I think they can be a sneaky good team, but it's going to take them a season or two.
Yeah, and I like what you said, X, about the about Marvin Jones. For sure, it's going to be awesome to be able to see Trevor Lawrence, throw into Marvin Jones. That's going to be, I think that's going to be pretty cool, because he's a veteran. He has experience, and I've always said it on here. Experience plays a long role in this game. Like it plays a lot in this game, and Marvin Jones is one of those people, and it's going to be interesting to be able to see him, in the lineup as well. With Philip Dorsett is going to be on there, DJ Shark. So it's not really a bad. And you're right, Junior. They only need some key pieces before they can actually, they could potentially be a problem in this division. So it's they're not far off, but again, it's still in the rebuild, and we still got a long way to go before free agency's done, and also draft choices too. So there's a lot of factors that play into the next steps for this team. But I mean, before so one thing we did miss is we never rated the Colts. All right.
Well,
So
then let's do that at the end.
let's do that at the end. We'll rate them all at the end.
Yeah.
All right.
So I wanted to add on something real quick though, like just thinking about it. Grabbing Griffin was great. I think signing J.C. Jackson to an offer sheet would have been a good idea as well, with the money that they paid for Griffin.
Let's hold on to that J.C. Jackson talk, because I have an idea about him.
He thinks he's going somewhere else, or somebody else should have.
I would like to see him go somewhere else.
Yeah, but it would make sense though. I mean, Jacksonville. I mean, for the money that you shoveled out for Griffin, J.C. Jackson he's a baller. I'm not sure if he's a number one, but he's a damn good number two, and he's a ball hawk. So giving up a second rounder and paying him some money, I think that would have been a great option as well. But they saw what they liked in Griffin, so.
But I think the issue with that is the difference is that Griffin is a free agent, right? So they were able to address their position without losing any draft capital.
Yeah.
And as much as it's like, all right, how they have to hit with the draft pick, it's cheaper. At the end of the day, it's always going to be cheaper.
Yeah.
So not only are they able to fill their position with a player that is proven in the league, but then they're also going to be able to draft somebody that they can mold into who they want them to be in their team.
Yeah.
Right. So I definitely see the benefits, but for the position that they're in, and they're not in a win now team. They're not a win now team, right? They are still in their rebuild. This probably makes the most sense for them.
Yeah, they got the money now, and they're going to draft a quarterback. It's not going to be a big problem for their cap space.
Yeah.
But if they're going to be making big moves, that would be the time to do it. You're paying Trevor Lawrence little to nothing, because he's a rookie, and now would be the time to do it, to make those big plays. You know what I mean? So I mean,
there's always next off season.
Yeah, of course.
They're saving some cap.
That's the thing, because you got to see, because at the end of the day, we are projecting Trevor Lawrence to be great, right? We're expecting him to be great, but it's not a guarantee, right?
Of course.
So they still have to play their cards right. You still have to see, is he truly going to be who he's going to be? Find that out, then get the players who you're like, all right, we got our quarterback, let's get the players.
Yep.
If you don't got your quarterback yet, draft smart, pay who you need to in free agency, wait until you get your quarterback.
Agreed.
Fair enough. I like it. Wait the time, see how they play out, and then basically go from there. determine whether you're going to be building around this person or not.
Exactly.
I like it. I like it. So, all right. So that's Jacksonville. Obviously, again, there was a lot of additions, departures, and whatnot, but I feel like we really hit the nail on the head on this.